Hello, welcome back to iAskTech. This is the part 9, our ninth episode of Shadcn UI with Nextjs, where we are exploring all of the available components and everything that is possible with Shadcn UI step by step. So far in the last video, we covered how to use combo box and we tried to explore every part of this component. And in this video, we are going to see what is the command component, how to install it, and how to use it in your Nextjs project. So if you open this documentation, as it says, it is fast, composable, unstyled command menu for React. So this is how it is going to look, where you can see this is a list of command you can type and search. And if you scroll down, this is about it. It is the command component that uses the CMDK component by this. The command component uses CMDK component by this, and this is how you will install it. So let's install it. Copy this command, open the root directory of your project in your terminal and run the command that you copied earlier. Once you paste it, it will install all of the dependencies for you. If you are using PNPN, then that would be fast. And here I got this message, a confirmation that is saying the file command.tsx already exists. Would you like to overwrite? As in the previous examples, I have installed the command component because of some dependencies. So that's why it is already in our components UI folder. So it is asking if you want to overwrite or not. As we did not make any change in that component yet, so it's totally fine to replace it or overwrite it. But in case if you have made some changes, you have customized your component, then you will have to be very careful before replacing your component. So you have to be very thoughtful and you have to check that if there is no change in that upcoming component, then you should not replace it. You should just skip that question. And if I press Y, now it is asking for another question, that dialog component already exists. So do you want to overwrite? Yes, I think so, because we did not make any change, so it's fine to replace it. And it has replaced these two files. And in the Git, you would notice that there is no change added because the code that replaced the old files was same as it was in the old files earlier. So that's why no change in the Git. And if you open the command.tsx, so this is the code for the command.tsx, and here you can see everything is React plus Tailwind CSS, and this is a CMDK package that they were referring. And for the icons, they're using Lucid React. Now as we know that our dependencies are installed, so this is how you can follow the instruction to use it. First of all, you have to add this import statement to import all of these required components from the command component. So copy this, go back to the component where you want to add it. So for example, I want to add it in the page.tsx. So actually, let me quickly run the project in the browser first and npm run dev. Okay, so app is running. Now I'm going to remove everything from the page component, delete everything from here. Okay, now let's import the required components here that we copied earlier, and now go back to the documentation, and this is how we are going to use it. Copy it and paste it here in this div, and these two components were not used, so I'm just going to remove them. All right, now let's open the browser and you will see everything is working correctly. Let me bring everything in the middle. So I will add some Tailwind CSS classes, width 500 pixels, margin auto. Okay, so this is what we have currently. We have an input, we have the command list and the command item. Okay, so the nice thing about this component is that you can see you are able to search all of your command, all of the items like billing. But if you look at the code, we did not have to write any single logic to manage this such feature. So it is everything is happening out of the box. Now let's go back to the documentation to see more possibilities. You can also implement the dialog. So if a user press J, then the command component would be opened in this way. So let's try that. This is also very nice use case. So in the code, this is what they have prepared. If you look at it, almost this is the same thing that we already have added in our page.tsx most of the time, but they added this button that is the extra thing. So let's add it manually one by one. So here I will put it in this way, and here we need to listen to these events. So this is the on open change event, and this is the open prop. Let's pass it here in the command component in this way. Actually, we have to wrap everything inside the command dialog. This time they are using command dialog instead of the just plain command component. So let's use command dialog. Make sure to import the command dialog from the command component, not from the CMDK directly. Okay, so make sure to use it from the command component that is available in the UI folder. All right, now fix it here as well. After that, we need to copy paste all of this logic. So let's do that. I got this error because we did not import the React yet. So I have imported the React. Now I can see this error that open is declared but value is never used because we did not paste these two props here. So let's copy them and paste it here. We are passing the open state and also the on open change state. So as soon as the dialog is opened, it will call the set open function from the use state. It will update our open state to true. Okay, and let's quickly test it and we will then look at the code further. Here I can see we have to add the use client on the top because we are using the state in our component. You cannot use state in a server side component, and in Nextjs by default every component is a server side component. So let's convert it to the client side component by adding the use client keyword on the top. Now you can see here we have the press J text visible. If you press command plus J, you will notice that dialog is now appeared, and this is very user friendly and easy to inject in your page, and it is very easy to use. So what you have to do is that you just have to create a new component, and so this can be totally reusable. So for example, in the demo I can create a new file, like you can call it command dialog.tsx. Okay, and now I will again copy paste this entire code here. Okay, this is the easiest way to take and use their code. Just copy and paste it all together, and once you have done that, copy the command dialog demo function name, and in your page.tsx I will remove everything. I will again create a function export function page and return. Here I will add command demo component. Make sure to add the import statement for this component and save it. It is saying the default export is not React component in the page. Here we should put our default because this is a Next.js application. Alright, so now you can see we can put this component anywhere in our application. It will just place this text, press J, press command J. So you just have to press add and it will work. And if you press command J, it will open the dialog. So if we look at the code again, just to understand what is happening here, you can see we have a open state, we have the use effect that execute this callback function only once when the component is mounted. So every time this component is mounted, this logic would be executed once at that time. And here we have defined a function with the name down, and this is basically tracking the down key button press. So if you press any key, every time it will call this function because we have registered this function on Keydown event with the document.add event listener. And here we are checking that we will run our logic only if the key is J, and we are checking if this is a meta key or control key. I guess this is to differentiate between Mac and Windows computer. In the window we will be using the control key, in the Mac we will be using the command key. And here we are returning the function to remove our listener whenever the component is unmounted. So this is basically a cleanup function that will clean our component to avoid any memory leak. And after that, here it is saying you can use the command component as a combo box as well. So see the combo box page for more information. So in the combo box they have made use of the command component to make this search feature implemented and functional. So just to show you, open the code block, and here you would notice we have popover trigger, and here in the popover content we have the command component that we just installed and used. And if you want to dive into it further about this command component, there is a separate documentation. This is the documentation of the package that they have used in the command component. So here, as I showed you earlier, we are using CMDK component in the Shadcn, and this is the documentation for the Shadcn component. Here it is showing the demo that what you can do with it, and it is looking exactly same as we have in the Raycast software. Raycast is a very nice software to that replaces your spotlight button in Mac to search your entire computer very easily, to access things very easily. So this is the component. This is the same example that Raycast has built, and this is for the linear app. And if you go to the Versal built the command menu that may look like this. So let's quickly go to the Versal to verify. So I'm on the documentation, and here on the top right search bar you will see that it is saying that press command K, and if you click on that input it will show this command dialog. This is the same command component that we used earlier. So if you press command K, then it will again open it in the form of the dialog. And if you go to the framer also has implemented this kind of feature that if you press command K, a dialog appears with a command component, and you can select things very easily. So it is very user friendly. And here is the example example how you can use it, but we are not going to use it directly because Nextjs already have used all of these components by itself here and created a wrapper for us to make things simpler and easier for us. And you can see it has customized that component with the help of the Tailwind CSS classes. So as this is a source code available in your own components folder, so you can feel free to come here and make any change if you want to. For example, if you want to make a change in the colors, background color, or whatever you want to change, you can free to make change here. And if you make a change, then you have to be careful in the future if you are pulling some other examples and installing the dependencies. Try to be careful to replace your changes with the new files that you create with the help of the CLI. Okay, and other than that, you can also open this GitHub repo to explore their GitHub repository. Here you will find all of the code if you want to dive into that, and here you will find further in-depth documentation about this component. You can see this is how you can install it. So even if you are not using Shadcn, you can still use it. So this is the entire documentation and guide that you can read. So any information that is not available in Shadcn, you can still find it from here. I think that's all I wanted to cover in this video. In the next video, we are going to explore the contact menu and we will see what we can achieve with that. Thank you for staying with me. Please like and share this video, and if you think this video provided some value to you, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon as well to get notified for my upcoming videos, because all of your interactions, your comments motivates me to record more such videos, and also it helps YouTube algorithm that ultimately help me as well. So thank you again for your time. Hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.